on Sunset. But you gotta be
okay, GENG on defense, MIBR on attack. GENG at the moment, we've got a 2-0 on the pistols. And we got double raid boss today to see, or just solo?
Action ready to start.
No, just solo raid boss, but it's regen armor as well.
Reveal exchange. We'll go ahead and back away quickly though. Sight set.
When people use the Talon comp, Talon comp's pretty good. It's just not like standard, so teams don't feel comfy using it.
Slow them up and make them reroute. It's gonna push them
Again, a lot of teams once they get introduced to a new that's way. Dude, they have no idea he's backside.
2v2, but Texture here a hell of a lot faster than they might have anticipated. Clears the recon.
Got nice shots, man. 3-0 for the pistols. Holy hell. A lot of teams, and I think MIBR is like a good example. Something that Bacon called pretty early on when we were doing a little podcast thing as well, is like they'll just go into comfort of what they know is going to work, instead of potentially trying the new stuff like Vice, Deadlock, or cooking up new stuff.
But it's the full forces of MIBR. It's even trades all around. Munchkin takes an off angle coming out of the link door. And then Texture on the back of sight. Like you said, unexpected with a Sheriff. Seems like he's just going to stick with that.
Do you think Payback's his best chance of winning against Billy?
Bit of a lighter pie here for GENG comparatively.
I don't think Billy beat any of the teams that are 1-0 at the moment, to be honest. I would give them like 15% maybe of how they play. They can definitely win a map, but two would be rough.
Tiny bits of damage taken from the classic shot. Swings in, looks for a little bit more, but it gets whippy and he ends up stunning himself into the corner. But he cannot escape.
The neon the stun buff, I guess, whichever way you want to call it.
On this B site and into the meat grinder.
It's alright damage though, they at least got one out of him.
Cortezia quickly getting himself across into sync and get this plant, at least get the money. Maybe try to find a bit more damage, but no weapons. We're able to get scooped up there in all the chaos, so it's still just the classic of the drone might have caught a glimpse. Three swings in, Munchkin strikes him down. All weapons going to be saved as GENG start things off 2-0.
Yeah, not too bad.
3-0 in the pistol rounds for GENG. They're just in cruise control today. Texture continues to just dominate.
But as GENG, you always play Viper, dude. Munchkin loves Viper. And again, there's nothing wrong with it at the moment. They survived the Teo meta, and now they can just heavy rely on it. Probably going to see it every map, apart from this. You'll see it 6 out of 7, I reckon.
Sight holding from Foxy9. You're getting good coordination, good crossfires, everything you could ever want. And they look really well drilled here, really well prepared for Masters Toronto.
Confusing. I should give that over.
Apart from this, not highlighted.
Shadows online a bit faster instead of Munchkin's kid. Munchkin's somebody who very much favors information, so I think he wants Karan to be able to have that so they can just TP in, scout a position, and get a read from there.
He doesn't seem to be like that concerned with his ultimate. He, especially on this map, Karan likes to
spotted. Oh, but not able to find that kill.
I gotta say, we've got to be getting a trade on that one. I'm not even sure he should be getting the first kill, but here we are.
But Karan will use that TP aggressively on this map. Get some information, try to find that extra
I don't think he did.
Angle.
Oh no, he definitely saw him. Okay, ping goes out for sure, saw him.
Slow push up from A long. Ash.
Yeah, and with that information, maybe MIBR didn't think that they got seen. Karan holds on to his flash. He doesn't want to use it until they like commit to actually capitalize off of it as well. Smoke goes in. They have so much time to go back. The problem is that they don't actually have any map control, right? It's all a question mark, even down to that overspawn.
Going to be coming through now. It's going to be taken down. Verno, Ospas, however, answering back a couple kills, and Texture gets tagged down to 57.
Yeah, and GENG felt like they had to go aggro because they didn't know that they didn't have the info, right? If they knew for sure that they didn't have any of this, they would have just stuck.
Texture swinging down in towards
nice shot.
Cannot pull the trigger fast enough. Ends up falling. It's now down to Foxy9. Looks for the first. Can't quite make it happen.
Dude, that's a lot of low HPs.
MIBR. This time,
MIBR will take it though. Only 2 guns to rebuy. Not too bad.
MIBR is a team that will play pretty slow sometimes on these attacker sides. They're going to take their time. So it's going to be quite like you're going to see in some of the other regions where the attacks feel a little bit forced. This is one of those rounds, and MIBR does a great job here. Good calling by Artsin. Let's go! Let's go! And they're able to catch GENG as they try to spring a trap out long A.
Got a game on our hands, maybe. Open. If GENG win this, then
kind of an interesting setup here. Texture over at the front of B with Munchkin.
It's kind of rough.
They're holding.
Lot set up there.
Yeah.
Standard wall from Munchkin. Across that front of the B site into the A axis as well.
Oh boy.
Ready to go.
Molly's going to be good, right?
Swing in though, and Aspas just wins the fight against Foxy9, taking his head clean off.
Not bad.
That's what you need.
Meanwhile, while that's gone on, I think we had a cage that created pressure over towards A short. Yeah, but they're just clearing all this as well, so this is a nice reaction though from Ash. There's all the way over towards A.
MIBR.
Speaking of clearing angles, going to clear over towards Garage.
Wow, Ash.
A great kill. Texture might have been hard, which might bait him into the Viper.
Not quite ready. Elman now going to be taken down. Pivot across towards C. Looks like they're giving this a consideration. They need Cortez to try to win this position. Win it, he has. Tucks back into the corner. Kara now just trying to run him down before the ping reveal comes in. He's eventually find the kill. Has to back away.
TP.
He's out to safety. Paranoia Sen. Doesn't quite connect.
30 seconds left.
Aftershock to try to hold back that C-Link door access, but Karan pushes forward again, being rewarded for his aggression, finding Verno. Just tucks into the corner, Artsine able to find that stun.
5 bullets for him.
Himself into a corner as well. Try to hold down the same angle as Aspas.
Kid is the go. You talk about Ash, Bacon.
Push forward.
Or you talk about Karen.
Timing from Karan is just playing so fearlessly. Himself a 3K, and it's now down to Aspas to see if he can try to clutch out the round. The defuse already held the half, and Ash hits the headshot. GENG.
Dude, if Ash honestly continuously plays like this, his team is disgustingly strong. Today.
He is absolutely just changing rounds in GENG's favor.
Ash is a really good reaction from him as well. He's left to do it so much here as well. Solo re-clear over towards A. They could potentially be short. They kind of gamble it a little bit, and he still wins the duel out.
No recourse, even though that early kill on the Foxy9 by Aspas was very nice.
Every single time at the moment, both maps he's securing that they have like a really good start into the defense side.
Just in cruise control. And
Karen, yeah, Karen's like all of their reactions after losing the first kill over towards Garage was just sick.
No spring of the trap there outside of A long. Ash just playing back.
Right there. Very proactive.
Safety, 2 Guardians again invested here for the side of MIBR.
Ash is a great player in the academy. I liked watching him in like the end of stage 1 and especially playoffs because every game it looked like. I'm not sure if it was even just him like looking better. It was just like a pure confidence scale. Like it looked like his confidence got really high towards the end. He just looked comfy.
Anticipating that this could be an A hit. A little bit of attempted lurking being done. Spot on to Aspas though. That's going to send MIBR into a bit of a pause. Let's see if they rethink this hit or not. But this doesn't change much in the equation for GENG.
Ready to go here on the entry. Ash, though, dodging on the fault line. Spam into the cloud burst. Just try to flush Aspas out. Unable to do so, but the stun is still there. He will end up getting picked off. He's going to try to go for a lurk here, but Foxy9 hadn't rotated quite just yet, and now is still going to be in position to hold down this C site. MIBR trying to make up their minds here with just 28 seconds remaining on the clock. Seems like it's going to be this B site once again. So get ready to push forward, but Karan is still here.
About the last player you want to see in this situation.
Wait out the wall. Cycle of smoke. The plant can be stuck. No way to interrupt this. Seems like he might have caught a glimpse there. Sense of the paranoia forces the reposition from Shen up now. Fast lane in. Texture starts scaling forward, and Foxy9 still ever present over on that C-Link.
Did they even lose anyone?
Position noted the TP there, and they're just right on top.
Okay, they lose one. Yeah, it's not bad at all for GENG. They'll take this. They get incredible money after this one as well. It's really nice.
By 3 rounds.
They're just in cruise control. At every twist and turn, they're just making phenomenal decisions. Here on this entry, Aspas trying to create some space, just gets shut right down.
Texture, yeah, he's probably going to open. He's got his ult right, his backup.
Just trying to clear that space to make sure they can get this
Killjoy ult to retake, Karen's ult for fast rotate.
He's just always having fun.
Always having a good time. There's a timeout call going to be used
it's
here.
So similar to the first
by
one.
MIBR. Know that they need to have heavier impact starting on this attacking side.
Yeah, and there's a lot to consider for MIBR in this round. You've got a couple big ults on the side of GENG You've got the lockdown, you've got Texture's ult, and you're one away from a couple big ones yourself. You're one away from the Hunter's Fury, one away from the Rolling Thunder. So those are things you want to make sure that you're considering and making sure that, you know, you anticipate that GENG's going to try to contest you for some of those orbs potentially. So making sure that you're safely able to get those, to set yourself for those executes, get to that post-plant scenario. Make
Much hype for this game for it to be this one-sided.
Tough to even get the spike
Yeah,
down
it's rough
cleanly.
at the moment for MIBR.
I mean, GENG is
I still think this
all
map
over the
should be
map,
getting close.
and their mechanics are extremely on point to boot, so
But it
see
is
if they can
a
find some
similar
success
story
here.
at the moment from the
This
first
time out will
map
be the
where
one
it's
that
like
start turning things around for MIBR.
Yeah, it's gonna be critical
GENG
timing.
would have played against
Lose
this
one,
comp,
Economy again down in the dumps.
Yep.
like all individually,
They're gonna be
obviously
able to
not as
find
a
those
team. They would
orbs,
have played
get
against
those
this
ults
comp like
online,
hundreds of
utilize
times.
them.
You
There's
reverse
still
that?
Time to run this back and get themselves into a favorable
Sure,
position.
you might have played
at
against
the
it a
half.
couple of times, maybe like 10.
GENG though, the money starting to
Just
really
not
get
a-
stacked up. It's only Texture whose
It's just such
economy
a
is
difference in
bit
terms of
plus.
comfort.
Has that overdrive behind as well. Let's look at the read here from GENG. Triple stack on this C site. That's where the lion's share of MIBR looking to go, at least to try to get the orb.
Waiting for the turret contact potentially.
A great bit. Dude, look at this read as well, though. Because just look at Karen just in this corner. He's so ready for this. Dude, they have reads as well. Read passing stack over towards C. They're so ready for it.
It's just been that kind of day for MIBR.
Yeah, I was a little unlucky.
That's
but
just brutal. No other way to put it. Munchkin gonna tuck himself into that same corner we saw Ashen earlier.
yeah, and they know they
See
got
what
the
success
drone
he
out
can
of them
find.
as
He's
well.
all alone, and you've got a 3-stack from MIBR.
Cage popped, Munchkin looking to reposition. The push about to come through. They're suspecting him on the opposite side.
Guy,
He's
he's so
praised out for
calm
two.
with it as
Can't
well.
quite get the third, but the damage
Big
is
duel
still
over
down.
towards C at the moment. I feel like
Munchkin
the
just
attack
so
omen
clean
saw the
with
defense omen.
reposition.
It's unbelievable.
Nope.
The game sense he has.
Nope.
It's off the charts.
Karen has the skill.
Now the two remaining players from MIBR worlds apart. Shenum does manage to find one, but the spike is still being ushered
30
forward
seconds
over
left.
towards this A site where Ash now notes him, takes him down to 50. TP forward, both players now arriving. Barely a full HP bar between the two of them, and Ash just holds down M1. Finds the kill, the relay bolt connecting, Texture slides across.
Okay, nicely handled. The Munchkin
Make
did
it a
great
bit
on this one.
closer
Didn't
than it
have to
would
use
have
many
appeared,
ults
but
at all as well.
Still 5-1.
And now you've got every ult available for GENG. Some counter ults available for MIBR. They couldn't really get any of those orbs. They couldn't get into a position to try to get these ultimates, and it starts with
I'll
this.
show it again.
Oh my goodness.
That is just so damn unlucky.
This is just...
Like this, a smart play. Texture's kill, pure blind luck. Still able to scrape it together a bit.
Great,
Osbos
back over towards C,
with the
got shot
knives
down
to
so
see if he
heavily.
can
Let's
try to
do it
find some
again.
solid
Big change up for
impact. There's no
GENG.
one
They go
on the
super
C
aggro
side
over towards
until
spawn, potentially
yes,
with the Sova ult
players
set
know.
strat. Pretty short.
Hannah's going out.
And they
GENG's
are
playing retake
fast
the
on
whole
this
way.
flank behind. Definitely
They
got
are
to tune
in
into
the
Verno
lockdown.
for a little bit here.
Comes through nice and early. Hunter's Fury though is
Yeah,
available.
Verno might
Go
get
ahead,
jumped
clear
on
this
here.
out. Dueling Hunter's Furies now come through. We're just gonna see ults
It's a
invested
great
across the
breach
damn
shot.
board. Rolling Thunder comes through. Peek
Still
back
no
around
plant at the
to
moment. It's really
flank.
weird. They probably need to push
Spike's still
spawn,
not
to be
yet
honest, in
planted.
reaction,
We're not
but
even a minute into the round.
the breach shot would have been perfect for it.
The push forward coming in. Osbot slicing and dicing, able to find one. Foxy 9 gonna be down
Good
on the
mid-rounding.
floor. Ash.
Ash,
Back, but they're looking
good
to hound
luck.
him down and make a
Prius.
cross over to that A side, but they have to get through this. Sova and Ash is holding him down,
Spike down.
Damn,
gets
bro,
the
he's
4K.
so good right now.
and that's likely more than
He's
enough.
so good. He's insanely consistent. Like the biggest round, and Prius managed to mess it up. How's that even possible?
GENG absolutely tears them to pieces.
It's just unbelievable. When it looks like maybe they're going to start breaking space open. They do a
Guy
nice
nearly
job
got him,
setting
man.
Osbos
He nearly
up
got
and
them all.
for his first kill with the Blade Storm.
It's a straight up red card for
And
Prius,
the
though.
second one, Ash is
How's he
Ash
thinking?
is just so fast. Unbelievable.
Get
Prime
Sapphire back in there, man.
is furious. That is just brutal.
Understandably so. It was again a big investment.
Is Prius is the person controlling what POV you're on.
Vandal Guardian, 3 Sheriffs. Try to pull off a Thrifty. Still a pit, still from the shadows available here for GENG.
Yeah, they're just
from MIBR. Now the pivot over
having
towards
such
Spawn
a
was
tough
fine.
time
I just feel like Aspas there has to
finding
probably
any
just jump every
success.
corner with his ult.
They've tried a lot of different looks, some fast hits, some other things like that, but GENG is just so on top of the game.
Texture on top of the box. Scratches his
He
eye.
He did jump? Oh really? I'd have to watch it back.
Hello.
Like committed?
Peeks in, finds one. Shut up. Doing well to get the one tap.
Damn, then fair play. Ashes does
Neon
probably
on
the
floor,
probably the
swings
best.
through the wall, though, and
Probably the
Ash
best you've ever seen.
catches him a bit off guard.
Revealing area.
That's the weaponry on the floor. Double push up. The start about to fly through. Ash will immediately know Verno's position. Okay, no.
One enemy.
Doesn't get
No
cleared, but
way.
Munchkin sprays through
The team
smoke.
play as well,
Finds
man.
that
The team plays
elimination.
too good.
Karon will find the other. 7-1.
Dude, this was meant to be the
GENG.
close one. This was meant to be the close game.
Absolute domination.
It has to start here for MIBR. It just has to. It can't keep going like this. I mean, you're losing Aspas so often. Texture continues to just dominate in first kills. And Ash has been unworldly here on Haven. 9 kills now, topping the charts, topping the server. This is the confidence behind that toxic screen to just peek through and take Zenom down. Now you've got the operator for Texture. This
Chemiyuki.
is where things
Thank you
get
so much,
oh
Chemiyuki.
so
7
scary
gifted.
for any opponent.
There's the first to fall.
I wonder what's coming next. Nice shot from Texture.
Mike is well confirmed. And immediately they look to reposition.
And there it
Know how
is.
quickly Texture can
7-1 with
pivot
the
that
gifted. Thank you
operator.
so much, Chemiyuki.
He's already
Appreciate
starting
it.
to reroute.
Thank you for doing that.
MIBR wanting to try to break through in the garage. So Cam
The
will
meta
force a
of the
reposition
7-1
for
really
Foxy 9,
evolved
but
fast, man.
tuck in at A lobby here from the
Shot
side
again.
of Karon. We'll see if it
Big
comes
jewel
to
up over
fruition. It
towards A.
absolutely
Dude, they
does.
can't even get the
Verno's
large
not ready for it.
kills.
Texture finds another outside of B. And MIBR, I think they're going to have to go for a forced save here if they can.
Last player standing.
As it is just Aspas now left alive, and not for very long. Around the back, Foxy 9 gets the back stab, and it's flawless. You have to suspect that that second and final timeout is going to have to be called here.
I agree. This is just so difficult. If you try to go to one side of the map, they're pushing you on another. They're always taking space, and it makes it so hard for MIBR to get any kind of map control. And if they try to take long A, GENG's happy to see that over, but they're going to put 3 stack there on that
It's
site to make sure
another
that you
one,
can't get through.
another half
They
of
have
double timeouts
full
used.
confidence in Foxy 9 over on that B and C side to make good decisions, to just play for
In
setups,
outclassed?
get a
Yeah, they
quick
are.
kill and
But
get
it's
out, play for
completely
retakes,
wrecked, to be
those
honest.
kind of things. And there's just so many layers.
The problem
to
is
the
as
way
well,
that
the
GENG
rounds
is
like
approaching
don't
this
look
game. And
too
at
close,
every
really.
twist and turn, they've had MIBR's number.
Fortunately, it just hasn't even really been that close.
No.
8-1. Already a devastating scoreline considering that GENG's here on this defense. Crowd, do you guys want to see MIBR bring this back? Do you want to see a map 3?
Okay, I respect Achilles. He's trying his best to hype it
Little
up,
bit of a
but
weak response, I'm
this
not gonna
one's
lie.
done,
Maybe
is it
there's
not?
a lot more Gen Z fans here than I thought. If you want to see it, those players on stage are gonna need your energy. Because right now, they're looking pretty drained.
And Munchkin is buying an Odin.
Oh, come on, Munchkin.
He doesn't do
I
this
want to like
often.
you.
Well, too
Well,
bad.
really?
My God.
This is a change up from his usual, which is spamming in the window.
Yes. He's a step ahead again. He's already thwarting some of their plans.
And trying to set up
Oh,
protection,
you're in
really
trouble.
will come through
The
fast
great
lane.
stun.
Fake an exit,
No
just way
way,
off
dude. He was
the
so
recon
calm
pick,
because he
but
knew
it's
the
gonna be Ash,
recon was
who's able to
happening.
find one,
Stun
and it's
close. Wait, that's
Worst
really cool
possible
though.
target.
That's really, really cool. And you know they're gonna speed up and tank the
Repeat
stun.
Finds the breach, and MIBR cannot catch
Dude, they
a
added
break.
GENG added some new stuff into this.
I mean, they just knew what that timeout was going to be about for MIBR. It was about aim.
Dude, it happened
They
again.
knew
Yeah, I
they
mean,
had
it
to
happened
start
again where
taking
they
some of
just
that
have
space to
timeout
prevent
goes in
these
and they
quick
knew
lurks
exactly what
that
was going to go
GENG
down.
taking. And GENG's just ahead of the curve. They're reading their opponents just brilliantly.
And what are you
Save, I
meant to
mean, you might as well just go for it, man. Nothing else is
Good
going
luck.
right.
do? Try peek back into an operator.
Catch up
your
is
only hope
spicy.
here
Thanks
is
so much
that
for the
Foxy
prime,
9
bro.
makes a
Appreciate that.
mistake.
Oh yeah, mate. Thank you
You
for
can
doing
win
that.
that battle.
And now there's a smoke cycled forward.
Yep.
Karon reading it.
Dude, textures everywhere. 12 and 5.
Texture finding a second, and on the little jiggles, Ash is able to find
30
Artesia.
seconds
So
left.
pretty much full information gathered here is if you're going to be able to exit at all. And Texture, more and more these days, has looked like Mr. 3K. See if he goes on the hunt to try to make it a 4K this time around. It's Munchkin maybe to try to take the first
10
fight, though.
seconds left.
Verno desperately needing to hold on to this weapon. The team just does not have any money. The recon is going to be sent, and Munchkin will go ahead and find the headshot. But it's another flawless here for GENG. Now up 9-1. None of these timeouts. Neither of them here on this map.
It's a massacre. Yeah, it really is, man.
Big adjustments to any
Really
round
is.
wins.
And GENG's just getting it done.
This
with
was
their
awesome,
macro
though.
play.
Stun,
Yeah, they had
close,
to use
recon
many
deep,
ults.
double person, try and capitalize
just
off of it.
Outguessing their opponents there. And Aspas just
But I'm the true blue. Thank you for the 16 months, man, as well. Thank you, thank you.
brilliant timing from Ash on the util. Follows it up. Backing up Texture's operator.
It's a fast landing recon as well. It's nice. First time you see that, you're not ready for it.
He knows that that's a safe
Okay, big
number.
change up from
It is,
MI.
it
Oh,
is
I say
a
big
safety.
change up from MBR. It's just heavy over towards
Well,
Garage.
TT in the
Dudes,
back
they're
is
just...
very much red.
I mean, they're just
Munchkin
using, like,
got
really
another spot.
standard
Texture
old
finds
stuff.
the body shot, pops the overtime,
just, like,
takes down Aspas here in
just
range.
too easy.
In with a shout to try to get himself another 4K, but Verno will deny it. Gets himself a second kill. They try to make a go of it, but would be
He
an
sticks
ace
that. I mean, it's the
clutch.
normal TSM Omen ult.
Saw how
But
tenacious
I'm
he
calling it
was
TSM because it used to
on
be,
that
like,
opening
popular
map.
in 2023.
Position known.
Like, we're just using
there
old
you
stuff,
go.
man.
Quick shots from Ash, who's been so very clean here today. GENG get to double digits.
Last round before the switch.
I immediately turned around and looked at Texture on the stage after he
Oh, I'm
died.
sure we're going to have it here in a moment.
That's all I need out of this. This is just incredible.
적군이 한 명 남았습니다.
Well, maybe we don't get the reaction.
Yep. Oh, he just laughed it off. I
Not
saw
as-
the hands go up, so
Not
I
as
thought
upset
maybe.
as I would have
I
anticipated.
thought maybe we get a little more out of him there.
Ash? No, I think Ash has been great, man.
I mean, at this point, given
I've
the
been
game
enjoying
state, we're
watching him at the
basically just
moment.
watching Texture clip farm,
Very
making
much
a highlight reel.
so. He is.
16 and 6 at the moment.
Well, they're going to try to go through Garage again. Foxy playing a bit further back. Smoke there to force him out of that position. Trying to play a little bit of contain as Munchkin here around the corner. Foxy going to rely on the util. And
Pacific
Texture's
on
just
top.
Clearing out
Yeah, you really don't... If you're a Pacific fan, you really don't want to see the GENG Paper X
Reed,
matchup.
It's a bit messy, but he still gets
Both
a
teams
headshot
look
to the
really
wall.
good.
Aspas down low. Has to evacuate, and Munchkin just continues to spray away. Finds him in the end.
He didn't take any damage in that exchange. Unbelievable.
Texture now on a deep line. As that pit is not going to cover the front of sight.
Gives them a lot of
Trying
space to
set
get
up a
out,
way
though.
to give themselves access to the site is what it looks like.
Camera going to be set up, though, and that's going to have to be cleared out. Spike
Ash has got his ult.
brought
Does he
around
save it
Bear.
for flooding, retake, or do we try stop
Hand it
plan?
off. So they try to get the breach in position here to try to prevent the flood retake. Hunter's Fury looking, but just narrowly missing.
Okay, has recon. Let's get the guy in heaven. Let's see what he's up to.
Tizia trying to play forward.
There he
Texture, though.
is.
Finding the first. Shenum does fall. The push coming in instantaneous with a headshot. Now the ping reveal about to come through off that neural depth, but it doesn't matter. They just flood in before they can gain the information. Verno trying to fight
nicely
back.
done.
but just can't align that crosshair. 11x round wins now.
11.
GENG are looking to bring this to a
There goes your
far
pick'ems.
faster
Dude, my
conclusion than we
pick'ems
could
are
have
spot on. I'm
ever
just sad that it's
anticipated.
like not a
I'm flabbergasted.
close game.
Completely flabbergasted.
Unreal.
Jesus.
Scenes here from GENG.
What was
Last
that?
half, done and dusted MIBR. Can they make the miracle run back? We'll find out after halftime.
Esports is a $2 billion industry now, but it all started in dingy basements and cramped living rooms.
From how the pros train to how the money flows, this G2 and MasterCard series breaks it all down. 12
Got Paper X
episodes
of
packed with insight and
Heretics.
lessons for
Yeah.
anyone looking
I'm
to
100%
understand
as
the
long as
world
GENG
of
closes this one out.
competitive gaming. Ready to learn the game behind
Wow.
the game?
Stay tuned for
They
what's
also
next.
had
You won't wanna
MIBR
miss
going
it.
through groups, and man, I'm not super confident after seeing this. They should look a lot better, but they're also just playing like standard stuff. It's like not what this tournament's about. This tournament is about like surprising, coming up with new meta stuff because it's so open that like your full process is so good that you're gonna win the game. Like you're gonna win the. Everyone should have. Not saying every map because obviously people have got different time, but I would say for at least like the Pacific and Americas teams, because they had maybe like 2 weeks extra on the EMEA teams, I would expect them to have enough full process on every map that is like good enough that you should just be winning that map. Like what GENG did on the fast map. And to not see it from MIBR is, it's a little bit devastating. It could be like 2 maps where they play simple stuff, but I don't know. EWC calls for MIBR, EWC calls for Paper X. And MIBR had an extra week on top. Theo, thank you so much for the tier 1. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for the fight too.
We don't know. 11-1 the scoreline as we'll go ahead and take a look at the Coinbase Econ report.
Look at this. Karan with 100. Absolutely having a tremendous effort. Texture was 75. Ash 89. I mean, the econ through the roof as you would expect when you're up 11-1 for GENG. And you can see Texture gets into that op and he gets that little bump there at the end. He's just kind of hanging on to it and his teammates are grabbing it back, putting it back into his hands. So they're just so efficient. It's all about the map control. It's all about the way they play. And they just shut MIBR out of that half.
You do the cast on the slug every time I cast. The problem is I just don't cast these days anymore.
It's just
I just keep getting everything right.
absolutely brutal. Now they pivot over to the attack, the side where you typically favor most teams on Haven. MIBR have a gargantuan task ahead of them. They've not been able to find a pistol round
we got
win quite yet. This needs to be the one.
3-0 on the pistols.
And this is a team that's very happy to work the map a bit. Try to play off that toxic screen that's always going to cut through sewers in towards B. Clear the turret there by Aspas. So a little bit of info denial there. They're going to leave the alarm bot to make sure if there's any aggressive lurks from the side of MIBR, they're accounted for.
People that haven't seen this comp on attack,
just yet from MIBR.
where have you been for 2 years, first of all? Second of all, the wall creates pressure over towards A, holds 2 people here, you have the Viper, holds the smoke for after plant. Once you get over towards the site with the Viper alive, you win the round.
GENG doesn't like
simple
that.
as that. Wall covers over towards
too
B
much
as well.
going on over there. Obviously the fault line to follow will definitely give it away.
But
VIP
MIBR is gonna
comp, yeah.
pivot, already working their way across towards this A site where it has just been Verno lingering.
Sliggy wall? Nah, this isn't a Sliggy wall, man. This is the guard wall. This is Josh.
That's something
Josh
you
as well.
have to be aware of. But Munchkin somehow finds ways sometimes to just catch you completely off guard.
Noise made here by Texture. We'll just look to back away. As okay, Munchkin, well, certainly his presence now going to be confirmed. Sets up the poison orb. Hasn't heard anything over from this position though, but he instantaneously turns to the headshot. No, gives himself a second. Looks for the third, but Aspas will finally shut him down. But my God, how has Munchkin just done that? He should have been dead to right. Aspas trying to fight back for something else, but he can find nothing.
Dude, what just happened?
The attempt of the retake, GENG looking to go 4-4 on pistols and get up to match
That was
point.
insane.
They're just staring down Zenom.
Just poking and prodding. It's a nice shot from Cortesia, but the time is just not going to be there. Karan able to find it. Ash gets the other.
Man.
12-1, flawless in pistols, and damn near
11
flawless in
chances.
this map, it would seem. MIBR will need to go for a force, and they need to run 11 consecutive round wins.
Jesus.
Oh, my goodness. Just unfair. Unfair. I mean, they are so crisp today.
Gives him a clap after.
That is crazy good
That's
stuff.
too
Yeah,
much, man.
That's incredibly
That's
frustrating.
crazy.
It's just been that kind of day for MIBR. I mean, a young team, a lot of players who are new to the international stage.
Oh boy.
Textures has got the opener again.
Yeah, get him out of here, man.
Dead within
Dude,
seconds.
this was the most
Given
one-sided
no
game.
opportunity, no chance for recourse.
This is meant to be the close one.
GENG are completely and utterly in control and have been this entire series long.
This was the only one in the pick'ems where I didn't feel like super confident.
And
What happened?
Slowing the pace down a little bit. Got that one kill. You know, worried about maybe some quick rotations from MIBR, so try something a little different.
Heretics? I mean, at least Heretics kind of look like they might be able to do something on Icebox. He's been a slower, man.
Drone gonna look to try to force him back. Does get spotted out. Takes a tiny bit of damage there through the box. Spotted once again. Revealed out. They really want to flush this sucker out of the sight, and they will do just that. Texture.
God, they 13-1 them.
As he is reeling from the shock dart. They're having too much fun. Karen comes up with 2. Looks
Karen's
for the
just
bottom
running
player.
at them. 13-1.
Will be able to get the kill. Maybe a chance for Ash. The headshot connects. Foxy swooping in.
Damn, bro, that is a statement from them.
Out of their misery. 13-1.
Statement
A
game.
statement game from GENG. Back on the international stage for the first time this year. And
I don't think I've ever said that before.
Destroy MIBR.
And they want to show the world why they were Masters champions last year. And they are in